Well, good afternoon. This is Pastor Pam coming to you on Monday afternoon from my patio. No, this is not a midweek greeting. We're mixing things up a little bit this week. Pastor Josh will bring you a greeting, a musical greeting on Wednesday, and toward the end of the week, Pastor Greg will bring you a greeting and talk a little bit more about the service and the theme for next Sunday. You know, our theme yesterday was joy, finding joy in the midst of a pandemic crisis. These are difficult and challenging times for sure. And together we're finding joy in many things. It was very inspiring to hear from many of you yesterday, the things that you have been doing that have brought you joy, but have also brought joy to others. As you did acts of service and as you shared yourself and your skills and your gifts with many. We saw many of you making masks necessary to have in this crisis. We saw helping to celebrate a 10th birthday. That was an exciting and joyful experience. And many other things as well. And you will have the opportunity, if you haven't shared yet, tomorrow you'll be receiving an all-church email, and it will have in it an invitation for you to continue to share the joy as you share your stories. There are a number of questions that you can answer. You can answer one or two or all of them. You can share through sending your pictures in and sending videos in, but watch for that coming to you via email. We would love to hear from you and hear what brings you joy these days, because it's such an encouragement to one another when we can share that. You know, the postlude yesterday, I Will Survive, was just a wonderful reminder of our strength, and as we work together and as we share together, as we share that joy, how we will survive. We will not only survive, we will thrive, and we are thriving. That song, very interesting. I did a little homework. It was sung by Gloria Gaynor in the 1970s. Now, the interesting thing I think about oldies is when you hear them, it kind of takes you back to that time in your life, back in the 70s. And that's when I was busy having babies. And so this song, I Will Survive, took on a real meaning for me, as I certainly did survive and have our 4 wonderful children. I think it was almost an accident that it became the hit that it did. It was on the reverse side of what was intended to be a _1 hit by the Righteous Brothers, the song Substitute. And the DJ that played that record when it was delivered to the office actually put Gloria Gaynor's song on first, and that's what became the hit. And we're so glad that it did, because it reminds us that we will survive. We've got this. And one of my favorite lines in that song is "all my love to give." And you know, I think that's kind of the bottom line, isn't it? That we know the great love that God has for each one of us, and we can share that love with each other, with our neighbors, with our community, and with the world. And that's really what makes all the difference, all our love to give. And I see you all doing that in wonderful, wonderful ways. You know, Mama Duck is still here with her nest very near the patio, up against the wall of the house, just several feet from here. And I've been sharing with you each week. She's sitting on a nest of 10 eggs, and she still continues to sit there day after day, taking very little time. She and her partner built this nest, and he comes back in the evenings, and they disappear for a little while, and then she comes back to sit. She'll come back and walk across the yard to sit on her nest. So we are eager to see these 10 ducklings hatch. I will keep you apprised, certainly keeping my camera handy. But just a reminder of God's love, even for the creatures, the beautiful creatures around us. But the reminder of the patience and the tenacity that this Mama Duck has for her babies, in taking care of them and waiting for them to hatch. So it's been a joy to watch that and be reminded of God's love. I hope that you experience the joy of God's love today. I miss you. I miss each one of you. We love you, and we are eager to see you again when the time is right. And until then, may you know great love and may you experience great joy these days.